thought maybe you were talking about having a better and stronger relationship with his own wife. Come on, Sheepers, that's where I thought you were going with that.
Well, that sounds like the guy's a jerk, and I was just trying to give his wife a break.
Yeah, oh yeah, I thought that too. It's so. Yeah. Okay, well, we got time for one other letter, right? So, Dear Red, lately I've had a problem in the marital department. My wife is an attractive and desirable woman, but it seems that whenever she's in the loving mood... Okay, I got a grip. And when she's in the loving mood, I'm not. What's wrong with me? Will this go away? Is it the kiwi fruit?
Well, we had time for the letter, but unfortunately, we don't have time for the answer.
Yeah, we do.
No, the next segment's coming up right away, so...
Are you sure?
Yeah, any second now, and it's too bad, too, because I really wanted to answer that letter. Well, okay, maybe we'll get a chance to answer that one next time. That's too bad. This week on Adventures with Bill, we're going to show you what we consider to be a lost art. And actually, there may be a good reason for that. First thing Bill does is whip out, oh my God, the big fella. Now, Bill's going to use that knife to, this is your first clue, he's going to use it to cut the snow. Have you figured out what the lost art is yet? Yeah, he's cutting it kind of in a rectangle. It's a lost art. He lost the whole blade of the knife in there. You know, Bill's equipment is not the greatest. So I hang on to the handle while he went searching for the blade. And he found it. You know, Bill is not clever, but he's very effective. He's okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah. Nobody uses all their fingers anyway. What he wants to do now is put some water on. Put some water on there, Bill, to kind of freeze the. What he wants to do is put some water on the snow. Is your next clue, so that it's a little harder. It's got a little more texture to it. That water was fresher. See, the other water was stale. That was the problem. Now he's going to check and make sure it's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. And I was just kibitzing here. I thought he might have hurt his head, so I put some ice on it. And then what he wants to do is going to use a chainsaw to cut the snow. Oh, huh? Now here's another idea. This is a pizza cutter. Yeah. See, it doesn't matter what you use. So once you've got the snow frozen so that it's got some texture to it, so it'll stay together, he goes around and cutting it into a rectangle. Have you guessed the lost art yet? By the way, it's going to get easier, I think. Well, maybe not. He completes the rectangle now, and then he just gingerly, very careful, now Bill, careful, picks it up, yeah, picks it up. And then, as I say, I'll give you another hint. You see this mainly up in the Arctic, you know, with the Inuit, the Eskimo, and they get into it. You know, the Inuit get into it. Now this, careful. Now see, he wasn't quite as careful with that. And Bill is not really as patient as he needs to be. Has anyone guessed what he's doing? He's built himself a house. Isn't that a beauty? Unfortunately, that's not it. It's over this way. And yeah, there it is. Not bad, though. Not bad. I think he should have dovetailed the corners, but it's a beauty. And of course, you know, we didn't really notice the wind coming up, which is unfortunate.
It is winter. My wife snuggles close. Put a log on the fire, she whispers. I do. It sizzles and pops. It crackles and snaps and fizzles. It shakes and yelps and runs away whimpering. Log? I thought she said dog.
Early on in the planning stages of our show, it was suggested that we have something different, some kind of a feature, you know, just as long as it was unique. It didn't matter if it wasn't any good.
Okay, shopping with your mom. Oh, yes, I realize this isn't up there like with world hunger or peace or, you know, who's better, Gretzky or Lemieux. But it's important to me. No one should have to go shopping with their mom, especially since I knew the sales girl from high school. She had to measure me, and Mom kept saying, he wears small pants. That killed. I don't blame the sales girl for laughing. But for 15 minutes, there should be a law. You know, you should be like some respect for privacy, and there should be a lock on those change room doors so the door doesn't bust open when you bend over to pick your pants up. I don't care how ridiculous that point of view is, it's mine. Thank you.
We'll be right back with lots more fun, lots more guests, and the exciting conclusion of the He-Man contest story.
There's a chance you could be exaggerating.
Harold, I'll tell you something. The world is in trouble because we got too many people that got a university degree and they don't know anything about life.
That's true.
Yeah, spend too much time in school. Don't stay in school too much, Harold.
But then I'd have
You learn how to read, you learn how to write, you learn how to count up to, say, 11, and that's enough.
But that's not even up to a dozen. You gotta be able to count to 12 because that's a dozen. You gotta know how many worms you got in your bait box.
Eat one.
That's true. But what about all the teachers? They wouldn't have jobs or nothing or like that.
Well, they'd have to find, something productive to do.
That's true. They have to go actually into the world that they're talking about.
Well, now there's a statement, isn't it, eh?
Oh, I made a statement.
Yeah.
But see, I can make statements because I went to school. I know how.
Well, statements are worth, what, squat.
Squat statements? Like they're little ones?
Well, yeah, but they get to the point. And the thing I hear is that you take one of your teachers and you put them up here in the lodge, and how long are they going to last?
A week?
I have no idea. Jack! Jack, come on up here. I know you're in there, Jack.
What do you want?
Well, nothing. I just, want to see how you were doing, that's all.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm wondering how you're adjusting, Jack, to go from being an executive and a family man to being a paranoid cave-dwelling hermit.
My wife sent you, didn't she? Let me tell you something, man. I know people are laughing at me. A lot of people. But they laughed at Christopher Columbus, too. And if it wasn't for him, we'd all be Italian. So I don't mind that people are laughing at me because they laughed at Columbus.
Did they?
Didn't they?
But
I'm sure some smug jerk did. They're always laughing. They laughed at me when I came up here.
Yeah.
They laughed at me when I went into advertising after college. They laughed at me when I played field hockey in high school. That's their problem now.
Yeah, well, I guess what you're saying is that you're not just kind of skulking around in your cave for the sake of your health, eh? Huh?
I am not skulking, Red.
all right.
No, I stand tall. Except down right at the back, it's very low, the roof. And that's my TV room. But other than that, I don't skulk anywhere.
All right.
No skulk.
Jack, the guys at the lodge were wanting to know how long exactly you plan on being up here.
Well, basically until the religious fanatics and warmongering dictators have destroyed the world. See, then I'll come down from my hole in the hill and be king of all I survey.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I'll just kind of wing it from there, depending on what I survey.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, if the cities are still in good shape, I think I'm going to turn them into a theme park.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be up here for a long, long while.
I hope not. I only have enough food for 6 weeks. Christopher Columbus, he didn't have these problems. The Queen gave him money. Old Jack's doing this on his own.
Well, if it would help, Jack, I could lend you like $20 or something,
I'm sorry, Red, but I no longer recognize your currency. It's meaningless paper. A useless symbol of a civilization gone awry.
Oh. Well, I have some McDonald's coupons. What about those?
Sure. Like those?
Help yourself, eh? There you go. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay.
Now bug off.
Jack, those coupons are for McRibs.
Darn!
Anyway, I
Just wanted to tell you how the He-Man contest worked out. It was kind of fun. First event was Old Man Sedgwick's tooth race. And the way that worked was you had to take your teeth out, put them on the floor, stand on them, pick them up, put them back in your mouth. And actually, Old Man Sedgwick won that one. Then he's the only one that has dentures. Nobody even came in second. Although Moose Thompson managed to loosen 3 molars for an honorable mention. And then Buster Hatfield had the beer chug-a-lugging contest, which we all won. The lake was the only loser on that one. And then we got to kind of an interesting event on the one I come up with, which was a 100-yard dash backwards through the woods, blindfolded. And Sticky Peterson won that in 15 seconds flat. Unfortunately, we lost Junior Singleton for the rest of the games. But that was a heck of a day. We all had a real good time, and it worked out well. I mean, Junior Singleton is actually still getting some fresh air. Every once in a while at night, we kind of hear him go by the lodge. Blindfolds on tight, I'll tell you. Anyway, that's about it for this week. So if my wife is watching, I'll be home soon. And if Junior Singleton's wife is watching, he's going to be late. Okay, so until next time, on behalf of myself and Harold, yeah, whatever, and the rest of the guys up the lodge, keep your stick on the ice.